Chris and I are slow travelers, and we've borrowed ideas from Canadian Snowbirds, digital nomads, and retirement travelers to come up with a lifestyle that works for us. We travel the world, spending months at a time in different countries. But we also keep a home base in British Columbia, Canada, that we return to each year. This is why we've chosen to keep a home base instead of traveling full-time. We've taken early retirement so that we can slow travel around the world, but we also like to keep a home base in British Columbia, and we do this for both emotional and practical reasons. On the emotional side, it is really nice to have a place to come back to that we're both familiar and comfortable with. Traveling is great, and we love it, but it's also pretty tiring. We spend lots of time searching for places to stay and figuring out basic things about daily living that many people take for granted, like knowing where the grocery store is or which bus to take across town. By coming back to BC every year, we get to be somewhere comfortable with friends and familiar places. We also keep our Honda Pilot microcamper here, and we're able to do things like return to our favorite campsites year after year. Right now we're hanging out near Lytton, BC. This area recorded the hottest temperature ever on record in Canada on June 29th, 2021, when it reached a whopping 49.5 degrees Celsius. Unfortunately, the next day the area caught fire and a massive wildfire came in and destroyed everything. But this year, the campground that we love finally reopened and we were able to return to this familiar area. Though unfortunately, there is still plenty of evidence of the destruction that happened here. This area also has a great hike that takes us to a fantastic viewpoint. But the trail hasn't been maintained much since the fire. But we still got to this amazing viewpoint that makes me feel like I'm in a real-life train set. Maintaining a home base also lets us be part of the communities that exist here. I'm not saying you can't have a home base if you're traveling full-time, but it is different. Chris and I volunteer as emergency management responders. Unfortunately, each year, BC faces many wildfires and floods. By being emergency management responders, we're able to be on the teams and be part of the community that helps those that are impacted by these disasters. Being part of that team is extremely important to us, and it's not something we're willing to give up to travel full-time. In addition to the emotional reasons for maintaining a home base, there are also practical ones. As Canadians, Chris and I qualify for free healthcare if we spend a minimum amount of time in the province each year. We do that, and so we have our family doctors here. The world is also designed for those with a permanent address. Trying to explain that you're a nomad to the person at the driver's license bureau just doesn't work out very well. Now we know there are workarounds for this, but we've chosen to keep a permanent address to make things a little bit simpler.
Having a permanent address lets us keep stuff that doesn't fit in a suitcase, like all my tools. I keep lots of little things in my office so that I can play around with ideas and work on projects. For example, I like to make stuff for a better camping experience, like our window covers, our custom tailgate tent, this super small travel cribbage board, and this custom tablet holder for watching our shows. Having things around me that I can use to build and make stuff is something I really look forward to when coming back home.
For us, it's all about balancing familiar comforts with exploring new places. We love spending our summer months in places we know well and doing road trips in our microcamper, while slow traveling the rest of the year. That's our video for today. We will see you in the next one.